with the situation right now, the borders can close anytime. So if the borders close for a month, if you're outside, you stay outside. So then you wanna, you wanna reassess and be like, let me just.
Do I really want to be out for a month or more or
Do I really?
whatever? Yeah,
Do you
I
want
don't
to
know.
be? Do I really want to be in a place where I have to pay the rent, or I have to pay a hotel room or something like? Like, I mean, of course, if you are in your home, if you are in your own house in Cape Verde, and you're stuck there and you are with your family and you're having a great time,
Right.
it's but then whatever that you need to be in Europe or or whatever. For example, if I'm in Congo, goodbye Club Shada. If I'm stuck in
Yeah.
Congo for 2 months, for example, I don't have my computer. I don't have my library of sounds that I use. I don't have this. I don't have my camera. I will take my camera, and I don't have an internet connection that sustains a full stream of HD content and guests and stuff, and with music in the back, all the production that I do. I don't have it there. So
Yeah.
so in a week you're like, oh, and then you try with your phone, and then the connection goes. And then you're like, shit. And then okay, maybe you try to do something like I did during the holidays with my iPad, but it's not the same thing. And then
Yeah.
you try to do so yeah, you find a place where with a good connection or a satellite connection or a hotel, and you try to do it like maybe once a week, but you have to travel there by car. You have to drive there to go and try to do your show there, but it continues to not be the same thing, and
Right.
it's not easy. Like, you see what I mean? It's
Absolutely.
so you have to think about all that when you and I'm not saying it's impossible, but it might be a place that I can find where somebody has a great internet connection because they have whatever thing. But I don't and even
You got to
even in
consider it, and you got to be
even
well
in terms of
planned.
boredom, bro. Even in terms of boredom, I don't know if I would not be bored to death if I have to do 2 months in Kinshasa. It's like,
Yeah.
it's so funny when people, they hear you, they're like, wow, how can you say that? This is your country. I was like, I can't. I arrived in France when I was 7. It's like,
Yeah.
when I go there, I'm a tourist. I'm the son of the country. I was born there. I represent there in every fucking song. I represent Africa and stuff. But I lived in Europe my whole life. So
Right.
if you want to be a realist, I'm a European. I'm a European,
Yeah.
just like you represent Cape Verde and you see yourself as a Cape Verdean, but you're an American. See what I mean?
Yeah, and
It's
yeah, just like me, it's actually weird because I was born and raised here in Portugal. 'Cause I'm in Portugal right now, but I also went to the States when I was 18. I've been there for a minute, so it's
yeah.
like, and now going to Cape Verde and being there, it's like it's great, but
But
I'm
can you
like,
do
if you
can you
have to
do
be
six
there,
months there?
right? That's the question. That's the question. Like, yeah,
Because
that's
because
when you start
because at a
evaluating
point,
certain things.
some things that you are used to, like, they will stop missing. It's not just the fast internet. It's like, maybe if you're used to watching YouTube videos in full HD or in 4K every day, like I watch
Right.
probably 3 to 4 hours of YouTube plus 1 hour of Netflix or something content every day. When I go to Congo, I make sure that I can buy 100 gigabytes of data and download stuff, but then it's a different way because now I have to download what I want to watch, and then once it's downloaded, I can watch it easy in my bedroom. And then because my mother's house is so big, some places you get good network, some other places you don't. So usually what I do is I will take my iPad Pro and I will download like 10 season of 3, 4, 5 different series, and I just download every episode. So then, like, if let's say if the electricity cuts for whatever reason, and they decide to not turn the group because they want to not spend fuel when it's 3 a.m. already, and I'm awake.
Right.
And now I'm just like, okay, I have 100% of iPad battery, so that's 10 hours. Okay, this should last me until the day. And what if I'm awake until like 7 a.m.? And so now, what can I watch? So I'm gonna have to watch the series, and like, do I want to watch this here right now, or do I want to have? I don't know. Do I want? I feel like reading something about cryptocurrencies, and I want to go to YouTube and watch it. And now all of a sudden, then you realize that, oh yeah, I'm not home. And they are, a lot of people. I understand there's a lot of people there. Oh, Africa. Listen, then in the reality of things, a lot of us could not live in the places that we are not used to, whether it's China, whether it's Africa, whether it's Europe, or like some people who live in Africa. When my mom, my mom lived in Brussels, she lived in New York, she had a model career, then she was married to my dad. She's been a businessman a woman all her life. She lived in Paris, and now she's been in Africa for 20 years. When she goes to Paris on her apartment in Paris, when she arrives in Paris, she's like, oh my God, I don't have a gardener, I don't have this. Like, my mom is used to have 10 to 15 people working in her house. One person is working on her flowers, one person is working on this, one person is cleaning the house constantly, one person is doing the laundry, and she's used to being in houses that are the size of my neighborhood. When she's in Paris, they own an apartment that is 200 meters square. And she's always like, oh my God, this place is so small. It's horrible. How can you live like this? You live like sardines. And I'm like, Mom, like, yo, like, you're talking like a rich person. I am. but you see what I mean and me living in me living in 100-meter square. It's starting to be small because it's always 4 of us now, but I still have 100-meter square. I have 2 bedrooms. I have a great neighborhood, and I have restaurants all around. And I feel I just need another 50 in my next apartment. I just need another 50 meter more. Maybe another room, maybe a room for me, so I can stop doing live stream in the living room. I can live stream in my own space, or have my place where, just expand a little bit. But that's the European way of thinking. Other people would say, yo, I'm in Africa. I have a house. I have 4 bedrooms. I have 2 floors. I have this. I have a huge garden. I have 5 cars. I have 2 drivers, and I have a cook. And me, I'm gonna be like, yes, but so how's the internet connection? Oh, it's shit. But hey, listen, I still have this, and like, yeah, but me, my business. I need to have songs out every Friday. I need to check them out. Like, there's so many things that I need to do that require a good internet connection. So those things are for me more important than a driver and if I want to live this life in Europe, having a driver, having a house of 300 meters square, and having my own private garden and whatever, you need to be a millionaire here. In Africa, you don't. In Africa, if you make, depending on where in Africa, but in some places, if you make 1,000 per month, you're good. You can have all this.
Yeah.
And because the driver is gonna cost you nothing. The what you pay the driver for the month in Congo, you're gonna have to pay him weekly or every 3 days here. And so it's just different realities and all of us have lived long enough in our realities that we cannot really. There's some stuff that we are willing to give up, and others that we're like,
Right. Like you can set modes in that mode for a relatively short period of time. But when you talking about an unexpected period of time or more time than you anticipated, then it starts getting, troubling. Like, okay, how long is this gonna last? Because it's not a joke anymore.
listen, I remember going to Cape Verde, to Praia to tour, and we had like 8 shows, so 2 shows per weekend, and then so we had like, let's say Praia, then Calheta, then that one far. You had like maybe 4 shows in Praia, and then maybe 1 show in 1 show per island, and then you had a whole month like this. And so every Friday, Saturday would be like performing, yelling, fan stuff, autographs, photos, great. But then from Sunday till Thursday,
crickets.
and I remember like I had podcasts that I downloaded, and I never heard. I was just hearing podcasts because, and I was just sleeping, listening to podcasts, listening to podcasts, and then sometimes I would be like, you don't have a cinema here? Yeah, we do, but like this 2 movies, and we saw them already. I was like, oh my god, like, and then you have like we would go to Kappa Club, and then you would have Cockpit, but then. So can we go to Cockpit? No, because you're performing there in 2 weeks, so we can go there because But I was like, oh shit,
right.
and then, and then it's not like today where you can just take your phone, go on WhatsApp, and call anybody on video and stay on video all day. And like now, at that in 2010, the internet cost you money, and if you want to talk to somebody on WhatsApp, you're gonna talk for 5 minutes, and then your data is gone. So today it's a different world again. Where, well, listen, when my daughter was at the hospital, at the same time it was a horrible feeling, but at the same time I was 24/7 on video. Like even when she was sleeping, we were on video. Like even when my wife was like, oh, I think we're gonna go to sleep, I was like, yeah, go to sleep. I just want to watch you guys sleep because I miss you guys so much, and at least I can see you sleep. And then when I feel like I'm falling asleep myself or whatever, I just cut it. Or sometimes we just there and we just call each other, but everybody's doing their thing. Like, and
right.
But back in the days, you're just like waiting for the doctor to call you and to tell you what's up, because. And you cannot talk to the person every day. You cannot like talk to your daughter like when she's yelling because she doesn't want to take her medicine. Like today, you can just be there and talk to her, calm her down, tell her that she needs to, because she would, all these things. But all these things are conditioned by the technology that we have here and that we are used to. And then if you go to another country and that you have to stay there for a month or 2, my wife, for example, who lived in Guinea-Bissau, in between Bissau and Gabou, until she was 18. If she goes to my mom's house in Congo and we stuck there for 2 months, she's gonna be the happiest woman ever. She loves it there. Right. She's gonna be like, wait a minute, I got people that take care of my kids. I got servants. I got this. I got that. I got da. I have a huge garden, and I can just be there, chill. I can do my photos, and like, this is the best thing that could, like, I don't care. Like, let's say 3 months. Me?